just getting into the SR airplane, not stepping in the seat, so strapped in. As soon as I sit down, the walk around is already done. I've already checked all the lights outside, flaps are down just as per the walk around. And as soon as I sit down and start strapping in, bat 2, bat 1, and strobes, there are 3 switches come on. Adjusting my seat, get everything squared away. I hold my headset in my lap for now, just because if you put your headset on, sometimes you can hear that frequency on the left side. Right side you can't hear it, but the left side actually picks that frequency up. It can be distracting. All right, once the avionics are active now, I pick a profile. I always pick Gus there, hit the enter button right here. Passenger briefing. All right, fast seat belts to open the buckle. Lift up over the shoulders, open the door by lifting the handle up, pushing it up, and exit at 45-degree back. Stay away from the smoke and fumes. I'll meet you at the back of the airplane if anything happens. No smoking, we're not going to use oxygen today. Fire extinguisher down here to the left. Pull, point, and shoot. And level button in case of an emergency. We do have a cap pin I'm going to go ahead and pull now. It's my reminder on the screen to pull the cap pin. And I like one item here at all times. I'm going to put the key in the ignition. When I do that, briefing the caps to the passengers. Basically think blue, red, red. Level button is going to shoot the autopilot at the level position. Mixer is going to go off. And then red handle, pull down, 40 pounds of pull, kind of like doing a chin up. Then pull this card, follow the directions for the rest of it. That's the quick passenger briefing. Any questions on that? Enter. All right, I'm safe, you're safe. No medication, no alcohol. There's a wind gust, a little bit gusty today, but we're within limits. There's all the limits associated there. The gas is as is and good as checked. Weights are going to go to modify now. I am 165, so I'm going to change this. 165, enter. Good for you, or are you about?
225.
225. Enter, and that's good there. Confirming here. Now I go right to the checklist, and pre-flight's good, weight balance is good, emergency equipment's on board, passengers are briefed, seatbelt swivel harness is good, all in the back, excellent. Down to the next one, external power is not required. Brakes I'm holding. I'm going to go ahead and set the park brake for some insurance, not required, but my technique. Battery master switches are on, volts good, strobes, power. This is the engine starting sequence. I'm going to fast forward through that to the starting here to 1,000 RPM at the end. I'm going to pull on a little start card here and start it. We have a cold start, 96, so I'm going to use cold start procedures here today. Cold start procedures for SR-20, mixture and power rich. And boost pumps going to be on, fuel flow stable for 1 second, really is what I'm looking for. 1 second worth of prime, boost pump off. Quarter-inch throttle open, clear prop, and we'll start through the start. So, I'm just coming on and watching my fuel flow here. Changing 1001. That's about it. So it's running about 1 second of prime, pulling the throttle back to 1 inch, hoping it's not flooded because it flew earlier today. And ready here. Clear prop. Check.
Loud and clear.
Gabby, not yet for me. Turning up my intercom is better now. Good. All right, we're on. I just did the after start flow. I'm going to walk really quickly through that. I do use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for my technique. As soon as the engine started and it's running, throttle's coming back to 1,000. I shut the door simultaneously, and I reach over here and turn Alt 1, Alt 2 avionics on. Reach over here, turn the AC on with the knob to the 3 position. Turn both switches on because it's hot today, which is the air conditioner and the recirc fan. Then I do the backwards question mark, we call it. Boost pump remains off. I switch the tank. I go mixture to the X. I get the flaps up. All pressure is in the green. So that was 1, 2, 3 switches. Number 4 is here. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items that make that backwards question mark. I'm now right back in the checklist. Adjust my RPM to about 1,000 to 1,200 is what I'm looking for. Pretty close. And back in the checklist. Now I'm verifying in the checklist everything that I just done. Fuel pumps off, all pressure good, alternator switches are on, avionics power switches on, engine parameters are good, external power is disconnected. All right, flaps are up, radios and avionics I'm going to get next. Cabin defrost is good, fuel selector is good. I'm going to pause here, get my radios. I'm going to push down to the ATIS. I'm listening to the ATIS.
2611. Visibility 10, sky conditions clear. Temperature 33, dew point 24, altimeter 29er, 69er.
69.
Approach in use, landing departing runway 36.
So twice.
Traffic be advised the Cal Tower has no radar or
36.
automation. Give accurate position reports and departure requests. Advisors should contact you have information Kilo.
All right, I got Kilo. Go to the top.
Helicopter that's
Top radio's got ground and tower. Yeah, I was going to switch that one again, the checklist, but it's good. Jason just switched the fuel to the fullest tank here. All right, I'm now going to basically pause here and get my flight plan set up. So flight plan, I'm going to input my destination. FPL is 3 letters. It lets me do 3 things, or reminds me to do 3 things. Destination, today we're going to put X60 for instrument training. X60, enter. I never put a runway. I'm just going to enter again. Destination, the next 2 things is heading and altitude. So my heading for today is going to be runway heading up 36. Make it 004. If you don't know what heading it is, you can actually hit the charts button and scroll down with the departure airport here in the menu button and find the actual heading right there on the approach chart, or not the approach chart, the airfield diagram chart. Deselecting that gets us back to this page. Heading, and then the last thing was altitude. Let's just go 2,500 for us today. Good for our instrument, and the clouds should allow for that. All right, that was the 3 things for the flight plan. I'm now right back into my checklist. I double clicked it, so I actually mistakenly got to the emergency. I never do that too. That was actually not good. So I got to go back up to normal procedures here. Enter, and enter taxi checklist is where I left off. With the enter button, I'm going to check the parking brake, the brakes, exercise, altitude, and gyro as I do my turns here. I'll let you check your brakes as well. This is our before takeoff checklist. I'll do that when I run up. Zooming in for safe taxi and ready to give them a call. Information golf.
It was.
Man, so easily forgot.
Request, advisors should contact you have information Kilo.
Kilo, I'm way off. All right, thanks. All right, calling them up. Cali ground, Cirrus 22 Bravo Victor at PRP. Taxi with information Kilo will be a VFR to the northwest.
22 Bravo Victor, Cali ground, runway 36, taxi valve.
36 via Alpha for 22 Bravo Victor. All right, 36 via Alpha, clear right, clear left. I'm going to move forward here a little bit. Check my brakes real quick. They work. I'll let you check your brakes out here just a second. All right, Jason, you have the flight controls. Let you check your brakes.
My brakes feel smooth and symmetrical. Your flight controls.
My flight controls.
Roger, flight controls.
Thank you. The only thing we're doing when we're taxiing is taxiing. We're not running checklists. We're not looking down, pushing buttons. Clear right, clear left for left turn, 36.
Do a quick instrument cockpit check. Attitude indicator is stable within 5 degrees. Slip skid indicator showed the opposite direction of turn. Turn coordinator showed the direction of the turn. Altimeter is set within 75 feet of current field elevation, and we are definitely above freezing. So that is our instrument cockpit check, and that is complete.
Well done, sir. All right, I'm in tower land now. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to tower. That's the next person I'm going to be calling, and there's no more really taxi instructions to be given at this point. Pulling up, 45 degrees. Nobody behind me. All right, I'll set the parking brake for some insurance. And right back in the checklist. All right, doors are latched. Pushing down, pushing up on the door as well. Looks good. Half handle, verify pin is removed. Seatbelt shoulder harnesses are secured. Air conditioner and recirc fan off now, so don't forget for the takeoff, which is prohibited. Fuel quantity is confirmed. Fuel selector is on the left tank. Jason got that earlier, thanks. Flaps 50% in check. Goes to 50% here. Looking right, and I'm going to verify my ailerons match, and right, left on the ailerons match the flaps pretty closely. They are set. Transponder, 1200. Autopilot check. I'm going to go heading, autopilot. Allow the autopilot to move the stick a little bit, overpower the stick. I can. Hit the red button. And I'm going to put my right thumb on the red button, trim forward and aft a little bit. It's not trimming, which is good. That's my runaway trim safety switch. And now I set my takeoff trim while I'm there. All right, navigation radio and GPS separate takeoff. So altitude's good, heading's good, GPS was good, going to Williston. Cabin heat defrost is good, brakes hold. This is the run-up portion of the checklist. I'm going to fast forward this down to 1,000 RPM to the end of that checklist and run it by memory by selecting the engine page. When I select the engine page, that's my memory jogger that I got to flip some switches on the left side as well. So left hand turns on all 5 switches when the right hand selects the engine page. I'll now run up to 2,200 RPM. Mixture was rich in the very first of that checklist. I missed that one. No, it went too quick. Boost pumps off, mixture rich for this one. 2,200 RPM. Nice and stable. Pretty close to it. Holding it. A little touchy there. Yeah, I know what parking brake's on. Alright. Nice and stable. Green, 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 green. That's my current volts and amps. Check the right mag first with 2 clicks. Watch the RPM drop of about 80. Back to both. No more than 175. Checking the left mag now. It's about 130, no more than 175, no more than 50 between. And back to both. Good. I'm going to go idle check here real quick, make sure the engine doesn't die. And it's good. Back to 1,000 RPM. Alright, back there. I'm going to deselect the engine page and at the same time turn all my switches off. I don't have takeoff clearance yet, so keep my land lights off for now. And I'll run back in the checklist to finish up. Power lever's good. Fuel pump's going on boost now. Flight instruments, altimeter's check and set. They are good. Flight controls. Right aileron up, left aileron down, left aileron up, right aileron down, elevator up, elevator down, and rudder right and left. Alright, trim is set for takeoff. Autopilot is verified off. Alright, good. Normal takeoff for us today. Crosswinds from the left. There's our threat. Elevator, we're going to rotate at 71, flaps up 85. Anything happens on the ground, we're going to go into board takeoff taxi clear. Anything below 600 feet, we're going to land straight ahead within the confines of the window by setting a good glide speed, landing safely. Between 600 and 2100, we're going to pull caps immediately, and above 2100, we're going to try to troubleshoot and come back or land on a runway somewhere. Questions on that?
No questions.
Excellent. Anything else to add, Jason?
Nope, all good. The one thing that we always brief here too is in order to rotate at 71, we like to apply back pressure at 68. That'll give it a nice clean rotation at 71.
Good. All right, my final check will be final fuel, flaps, caps, and maps. Final is clear. Fuel on 2, 3 is good. Flaps, caps, and I'll zoom my map out so I can see the area. Ready to make your call. The tower. Got a tower. Cirrus SR-20 Bravo Victor, number 136. Ready to go.
Cirrus SR-20 Victor, Cal Tower, you can proceed on course. Runway 36, clear for takeoff.
On course, clear for takeoff. Cirrus SR-20 Bravo Victor. All right, finals good again. Fuel, flaps, caps, and maps. Very important check. It'll save your bacon one day. All right, normal takeoff. Winds are from the left. I'm pretty sure west. Yep, so it's going to be a little bit of left yoke on takeoff. Smooth application to power. About 3 seconds to get to full power. Jason said smoothly start pulling back about 68 for rotated 71. All right, here comes the power. A little bit of left yoke there. Off the brakes, heels on the floor. Rudders only at this point. They're effective with all that thrust. Center line's good. Airspeed's alive. Wind's dying down a little bit, feels like. Alright, using backstick pressure, rotating 71. I'm gonna hold 5 degrees nose high here. Pretty hot day today. The ice was like 33. Right rudder is enough. Maybe 4 degrees today to let it accelerate up to 85. There's 85, a little gust, flaps coming up. I'll let it accelerate still 4 or 5 degrees nose high. 5 if I can get it. Yep, it's accelerating to VY. We're going to climb to 1,000 feet at VY, and then we'll assume about a 105 for the climb speed. There's VY there, nose coming up a little bit, maybe 7 or so. 7 degrees nose high. 400 feet, I could make a turn if I want. I'll literally wait till cap's available, at least before I make my turn. Nobody else is out here.
$600.
All right, cap's available. Come to left, clearing left. I'm gonna do 1,000 at VY, then I'll assume 105 for the climb. All right, that was the takeoff. Cool.